Right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my first principals pitch of the new year. Hope you are all settling into your routines. It definitely feels like it this week. We feel that things are from drop-off to pick-up and in between, things are moving the way they should. There's a definite purpose about what we're doing, and all that sort of beginning of term settling in has definitely been done. Big thank you for coming out to all the primary and secondary parent sort of welcome evenings. Trust you got the information you need. And just as a reminder, if you're not able to find that either through Firefly or Frog or on the website or the handbooks that were sent out, please do reach out to your child's homeroom teacher or tutor in secondary and ask those questions. We want to make sure you're settled as you can be. Apart from obviously the traffic, which has definitely been a challenge right from the first week, and that accident on Harbour Road, which took the road out of action for close to 48 hours. We presently have a single lane on Harbour Road, and we can definitely see the impact of that. So we're doing our very best to keep the school side as efficient as possible, but we've got some impact from traffic and also the rain. Just no doubt what's been relentless, and it has definitely impact on our ability to even cut the fields and clean trash and various things. So hey, that's part of the job, and trying to get 1,000 people on and off campus is challenging at the best of times, but we're definitely getting in the hang of it, and who knows how long that Harbour Road lane closure is going to last, but let's hope they get it sorted quickly. Also, it was great to see so many of you out at the WAPTA Back to School, what turned out to be just the movie night, but again, a great opportunity to just meet everyone, in particular some new parents and students, and we trust you've all settled in well. To start this term off, I've got with me, and I'm about to swing around to Mrs. Matthews-Souza, who's taken over as head of secondary, and I'm going to be asking her a few questions about her reflections at the start of the year. Well, good afternoon, Mrs. Matthews-Souza. Great to have you here in this new role. We've got our parent audience out there, both primary and secondary, and I'm sure they will be interested to get you know a little bit better, which is the intention of today. And maybe we'll do it again. We'll see how we go. But my first question for you is, how have you found the first couple of weeks? How's the start been?
The start has been a good start, but a very busy start. I think now that we're starting to settle into some of our routines, as Mr. Horn mentioned earlier, I think that it has gotten a lot easier, that everyone knows where they're going, kind of what they're doing, and settling into their day-to-day activities. But certainly, I think it has been a good start, but very, very busy.
Yeah, no, look, busy is the way it is. Doesn't really stop, does it?
Never stops.
And do you mind reflecting for everyone on what your focus is this term and potentially for the year? But coming into the new role, I'm sure there's lots going through your mind, but what's been your focus, or is your focus for the term and for the year?
Yeah, so I think my main focus for this term is obviously seeing what is it like for me to be head of secondary? What does that role look like for me? We are moving into sort of in the start of the school year. We've got lots of things on the go. We've always a busy time of year at the very start of the year. And so my focus is really on making sure that we have a good start, that we have everything in place that we need to have in place. And my focus is really on making those connections with the students and the staff in this new role, making sure that everyone knows that I'm here to support, as well as here for those ideas, for the guidance around what this role could be. So that's my main focus, is just kind of figuring out what it looks like for me as head of secondary.
Yeah, absolutely, and also someone who's come through our internal sort of recruitment process as such, a succession process, getting to know people. Now that you're in a different position does change things slightly. It changes some of the relationships, for the students to see you in the new light and settling. I think, a good goal, as you said, just handling those relationships as best you can, and I guess for the parents also, they know that you, or maybe don't know, that you came out of the curriculum role where scheduling and classes and all that was very much part of it. You passing that on to Mrs. Jackson, but you still got a hand on it now.
Yes.
Plus you've got this other role, so there's almost like a double whammy.
Yes.
In this handover.
Yes, definitely, and I think that's probably the biggest challenge right now is wearing so many different hats. So yes, I have the hat of head of secondary, but I'm also carrying through this kind of transition period the deputy head of curriculum with the timetables, scheduling, those aspects, and then also my first love and passion, which is of course in the classroom. So making sure that my year 7s, 8s, and 10s that I teach this year, making sure all of that is happening. So lots of juggling going around with everything that I need to do, and then also being a parent in the school. Having my youngest daughter who's just come up to secondary from primary, who's been through primary here, and my oldest who is now in year 12, just started sixth form. So there's lots of, I think that's probably been the most challenging part of the role so far, is trying to balance all of those things, as well as making sure that everyone, that support system is there, and also supporting Miss Jackson, who is the new deputy head of curriculum. And she's also in a similar situation where we now have Miss Sinclair, who is taking over for the director of sixth form studies, and so she's doing the similar thing with Miss Sinclair. So it's all about that transition and also the succession planning that we have at the school.
Well, you answered my third question, which is about the challenge.
Yes.
Maybe all our parents don't know. We believe that leaders at the school should all teach. We're not that administrative structure, so we all, myself included, Mrs. Woods as head of primary, yourself, we all have a part to play in a classroom teaching a lesson. We think it's really important. The kids see us in that, the students see us in that position, but also the staff. If you're asking staff to do things, we're modelling it and trying to put our best foot forward. So, look, you applied for the role. We went through a hectic, both local and international recruitment process, and got the role. And when you think sort of beyond just the first year of your focus, what excites you about the role?
I think probably the thing that excites me most and also grounds me the most is the students, and the interaction that I get to have with the students at this particular level, the connections that I get to make with the families. I think that's probably the most exciting part of this role, having a part in some of the decisions and the decision making. But I think for me, the most important part, and the most important and exciting part of the role is the relationship piece.
I thoroughly agree. I think the days are all very different and at times challenging, but the relationships and the people are what make, I think, education fun, exciting, progressive, all those innovative, all those things that you can do. So just to finish things off today, I've got to let you off lightly. A message to our parents as the new head of secondary.
I think my biggest message is that with all the different hats that I'm wearing, I am here as your biggest support, as a parent in the school, a teacher, as well as the head of secondary. I think my biggest message to the parents is that we are here as a collective to support you, your family. We are one big Warwick Academy family, and we are here to support you. That collaboration, the communication are probably the biggest parts of that relationship building, and so our doors are open to that communication, and look forward to a fantastic year and years to come.
And I'll echo that. Thanks so much for that. I think you're spot on. The collaboration and collaborative theme for the year, I think, permeates you and your role, no doubt, and others. So I'm looking forward to that. And to our parents out there, here we go. The year started. We're in that routine. And our doors are open if you need any advice, help, support. So please do come and see us. All right, have a good week.